everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I'm in this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
This is the Motorcop Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold up. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome to Motorcop Chronicles podcast, midweek news.
Good afternoon, everybody.
What's happening?
We found Freebird.
Freebird, yeah.
Hey, lost chicken.
Yeah, I was walking down the road. He asked if I wanted to do a podcast.
I've been doing push-ups, y'all, to see them forearms, man.
Yeah. You know, I was working the pencil and paper. That's what I've been doing.
Pencil and paper.
Yeah.
It's up, old AA Ron.
Right.
So,
Hey, Ron.
Ron.
if everybody would like a good cigar, go to mypatriotcigar.com. Use promo code MotorCop15, get 15% off.
I need some of them.
Or you can.
I had the best shit.
Freebird.
I really had the best shit ever. I had some French vanilla
Did you have
ones.
Taco Bell?
Macanudos. When we was in Panama City Beach.
Why did I say that?
Macanudo.
It was
Macanudo.
great shit. When that's
It was
not what
great, man. It was a great cigar. Everybody around me thought it was great, too, because I had a French vanilla aroma.
It was terrific on the palate.
If anyone would like,
That's the most upscale shit I've ever heard.
if anyone would like any Motorcop merchandise, you can go to Etsy store, Motorcop Chronicles, Etsy store, or you can go to the website, motorcopchronicles.com. Go to the link. You can get your merchandise there. Everything's
Just remember, there's a
cheap.
reason why Holstera's items sell a lot more.
because he bought it all himself.
Yeah, you can't, that, you know,
Hey, I can spoof the numbers any way
He
I want.
bought it all himself.
I do. I have a shirt for every day of the month.
And if you would like to be a Patreon and get all the extras, I think I put out 2 extra episodes this week. I
don't get that.
Yeah, you do. You get audio and stuff. I did 30 minutes on that Alabama Montgomery brawl. I did a 30-minute episode just on that.
To this day, I still haven't seen any video footage.
And then
still pictures.
I've read about it. I hadn't seen it.
And I did another episode on something else. And I just let loose on there.
My news feed was all covered with those little assholes that went to pick up a free PlayStation in New York and completely destroyed New York.
Oh, those idiots!
Oh my God, it was video after video. The one good thing about being a social media event is that, well, I can send a lot of them to you.
I've been on vacation.
Well, yeah, always.
Well, and if you would like to get all that extra stuff like these people here, you can. We're going to shout them out. We got our 2
arms, man.
We got 2 hang-arounds.
What you want? What's the matter?
You wearing a spray tan?
Me? No, I don't do no spray.
He just got. He was in Florida.
I was in Florida,
past
bro. I tan easy.
Oh,
I was
that's
out
nice.
on the boat.
You come to Florida, you didn't text me nothing.
No, you was in Pasco. You was 2 hours away.
2 hours?
Yeah,
it's like I wouldn't have drove 2 hours.
Well, I didn't know. I asked my people I was staying with. I said, "Hey, how far is Pasco County?" They're like, "Ain't nowhere around here."
We got Mr.
Don't worry, Oster's down there. You don't want to go there.
William Gibo and Chad Jenkins, our hang-arounds, and we got Mr. Jared Nitrous, Motorcop for Life. I want to thank him. He sent me these cool-ass challenge coins.
Yes, there's more than one?
We got, he sent me 2. We got Mr. John DeMink. We got Dan Carlson with Burglary Boards. Y'all go check him out if y'all want any.
Great products.
Yeah.
They're surviving in my house, which says a lot.
We got T-Bird. We got Mr. Jim Pokrant from the Short Track Guys podcast. We got Hoppy Hopperson, Freebird's best friend on truck driver. We got Mr. Blake Walker. We got A.A. Ron, who's also in the chat. Now, I had to say a podcast. I'll check him out. We got Mr. Z Palmer.
Z Palmer.
We got Roy Spalding, waiting to see what color hair he's going to come up with next.
We need Z Palmer. You know, Z Palmer has sent me a drink from a birthday. I need to send him one. We need to figure out his birthday.
We'll have to. We got JoJo, a favorite girl from Australia. We got Kaylee Norris and Natasha A. from the state of Washington. And the OG crew member, Melissa Holstein. We got some store. I'm just going to say it now. Freebird's going to bitch. I think he's got one video, but he's being punished because he ain't been here in a month. Like,
that's okay. That's okay. I'll wing it.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Ever since he got engaged and stuff, and he's been getting busy and stuff, he was trying to retire on us, people. And I told him that was not in the cards. That shit was not gonna fucking happen. So y'all just let him know he's not allowed to quit.
No.
I don't know. I got such a long drive here.
Motherfucker, I'm like 6 minutes away.
Yeah, he's literally right around the corner. That's hilarious.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Aaron, that Macanudos are good, but them damn things were an $18 stick. I normally smoke Monte Cristos, and they're an $18 stick.
Look, if you gonna, I got sticks out in the yard. If you want to smoke a stick,
yeah. Well, I mean, you know, but that old cliche, you get what you pay for.
I got pine sticks.
If you get a $2, you get a $2 cigarillo. It's gonna taste like shit. You know,
I'm getting that Swisher. I'm gonna roll me up a blunt.
Cigarillo tastes good.
You get those Swisher, you roll it out.
Cigarweed, like old my buddy Clint used to say. He's like, yeah, they smoke. You got cigarweed up in here. Some cigarweed, yeah.
Well, we do have
cigarweed.
A lot of stories, some good stories this time.
Yeah,
most of them are not sad.
You punish me with no videos, and then you give me one at the end.
I gave you one video, and that it's not at the end.
Oh. Okay. So I did my homework.
Did you do your homework?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, this first story we have here, we're going to the great state of Texas over here.
I like how you attached our names in the stories this time, so we get.
I do that every.
He does it every time, but they get jumbled up. Me and you can't figure out what the hell we got.
Sarah, story, Freebird, story, and then I'm like, am I up or down?
No, I do it every time.
No, I know. No, I know what Holster is like. I'm like, well, which article goes to who? Because it gets all jumbled and.
That's because I had to do them slow because I got called into work court today, and
There's a judge over there just loves the way this man looks.
No, they had to do bailiff work again. You beetle bailiff again.
Yeah, they were shorthanded. One guy's on vacation, so they got called in. So I got
you get effed all the time.
No, well, I mean, I was playing Mr. Nice Guy. They had this fella in court today. His phone. I don't know what he was watching something, but it made a noise. And I looked at him. I gave him that fuck you look, And then
what? Just looking at him? Cause
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Then about a minute later, it went off again. So I walked over there and I leaned over, and I said, "If your phone goes off one more time, I'm gonna take it." And you can come back and get it at 4:00 this afternoon. Do you understand me?
It was multiple times.
And he's like, I said, you understand me? Yes, sir. He didn't go off no more. Because don't think I wouldn't have took his phone and put him in timeout.
No.
Oh, yeah.
He hit him with the Pulp Fiction.
No. You got me. Forget what I was going to say.
Is this part of the first story?
The first story is in Texas.
It don't matter. Your wife says she can't hear you. You got to do sign language for your story.
That's normal. Most of our wives can't hear us. That's why we got to come on here and talk to each other.
He's turned up all the way on mine.
She already got hearing aids that can't hear you anyway.
Right.
So I don't know. He's always got some kind of issue.
Yeah, he's always got some.
Who, me?
Yeah, you always got some kind of jacked up shit.
What the shit?
Because I got him turned up as much as I can.
And there was only that one time that I adjusted it online, and you guys were like, whoa, don't do that shit again.
So. But anyway, we're going to Texas. They had, unfortunately, a police officer did get shot. He's going to survive. He's going to make it. Good thing. It's just a bad situation on how he got shot. So let's go look at it.
Oh, you got a video.
Oh, I have videos for almost every one of mine.
Police are looking for 3 suspects who shot and carjacked an undercover police officer overnight.
And the shooting happened on West Northwest Highway, not far from Love Field. The car was recovered about 3 blocks away. Fox 4's Dan Godwin live with details on the investigation and the officer's condition. Dan.
Well, Shannon,
just letting y'all know, Fox behind there is under new management. If y'all want to go there.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they fired Tucker Carlson.
No, that's not Fox News. I think I don't know what it is, a gym or something or.
No, that was Fox. That was Fox that got rid of Tucker.
Yeah, but this ain't Fox News behind us.
Oh, that's.
Look at your screen.
good news is the officer who was shot is expected to recover. He was hit once in the foot. The people who carried out this attack are still at large. The Dallas police chief says a little before 1 o'clock this morning, the officer was out conducting surveillance. He was parked in an unmarked car in the area of Northwest Highway and Harry Hines. He was not in uniform. A vehicle then pulled up behind where the officer was parked, effectively pinning him in his location, and that's when things took a dangerous turn.
At that point, at least 2 suspects exited the vehicle. One of the suspects, armed with 2 firearms, approached our officer. When our officer noticed these individuals approaching the car, the officer exited his vehicle.
Moments later, the chief says a gun battle broke out as shots were being exchanged. The officer retreated for cover, but he was hit, suffering, as we mentioned, a bullet wound to the leg. One of the suspects then climbed into the officer's unmarked car and drove off. The other suspect vehicle also drives off. Thankfully, the wounded officer was able to call 911. He ended up being taken to Parkland Hospital by a police patrol vehicle.
He didn't have a radio?
His injury not
They stole his car.
life-threatening. The officer's unmarked car was found abandoned earlier this morning, not far from this location, but the other vehicle is still unaccounted for, along with the at least 3 men who were in.
What are you testing?
Nothing. Trying to work on my microphone while you guys are watching that video.
Well, why in the shit?
Hey, they stole. They were working on something undercover. He was on a stakeout or watching something in a unmarked car, and he was in plain clothes. So I guess these 3 bad guys seen him sitting there in probably a Dodge Charger that they wanted. And by the time they realized, got the car and realized they got in a shootout with a cop, they were like, "Oh shit!" And they abandoned the car up the road.
Yeah, well, they realize they're like, "Oh, we're fucked.
They're probably like, yeah,
we're fucked.
We gotta get
out of this car because they're gonna track this."
Yeah, they probably said this shit's GPS. They gonna track us fuck down.
Yeah.
So once they probably realized who they jacked, they got the hell out of it. So
you know what I want to see come back is like remember the old TV show Bait Car?
Bait Car. I was just fixing to say Bait Car.
And then there's another guy on YouTube that like he ties like this really thin like cable to a bicycle, and then people steal it and they haul ass down this hill, and all of a sudden it just stops the bicycle and that dude goes tumbling down the road.
Well, I don't know.
You know you can't do that shit because them sorry ass fuckers are going to turn around and sue your ass for
paramedic justice. I mean, I restrained my bicycle to the post. You know, you tried to steal it, cause and effect. I
don't know which country it's in, but I've been watching videos. I assume they're real. No,
California.
It's in a different country, but they put out like country.
Is that the bicycle seat that goes up their ass?
The bicycle, when they sit on it, the seat goes down and the pole's sticking up. So when they get sit down,
drop the bike.
Yeah, they jump up because they just
they just got it up the ass.
They just anally probe themselves and they like freaking out and shit like that. So
unexpected anal probe.
Yeah, and it's like that deep too.
Anything's possible.
It's like deep too. So.
Yeah, it ain't shallow. It goes deep. It's a long ride.
It's a long ride.
That's what she said.
This next one is, of course, for Holstera.
Yeah.
There's a video too.
You had his name.
Hang on, wait a minute. One of them I needed to give you a rundown. Shootout between California officers. Okay, so basically, this young gentleman decided he was going to go and shoot up a neighborhood, and then he fled the area. Well, when they arrived on scene, they found the young lady lifeless. Issued a bolo, be on the lookout for this vehicle. It was found. They tried to initiate a traffic stop. It led to a high-speed pursuit. Ended up in a parking lot where Jimmy Jackass decides to step out of the car like he's Bruce Willis and start returning fire to the police cars that are still actively chasing the car that dumbass didn't put in park. He decides he's going to fire on police officers. They both exit the vehicle. They fire shots at him. He proceeds to run around the corner and blow his brains out himself in the middle of the street.
At least he did everybody a favor.
Yep, taxpayers.
No trial for you.
No, let me play video. At least, like I said, at least he did everybody a favor.
Why he got a video?
Right. I mean, this right here,
I'm Oceanside
this
Police.
way of addressing the population of an area, I mean, like, this was perfect. If you read that and think that dude was in the right, you obviously didn't watch the right video, because this guy walks you through every step of the department.
Yeah, this is the bad guy, if you are looking. I'm not going to play the whole video. It's like was the bad guy. He don't look like that no more. He has a large hole in his head.
Well, I thought he was prepared to shoot it out. Well, I mean, I thought
he was like
Billy
Bruce
Badass.
Willis, man.
Billy Badass said, "Wait, I got one bullet left. Let me use it wisely."
I'm just going to come up on some of it because, like I said, Holstera did a good job.
they need to go back to requalify.
I
But
think that's what's on North River again. Second left North River.
here's some footage and stuff after he gets engaged in the shootout. He decides that he's going to run.
Now, when he was running, he had 2 rounds in him while he was running
Here's the
like
incident
this.
again in slow motion.
Right, but I believe they say that he was.
Oh, he done
was going
took
away
2
for a
rounds to the
long
leg or
time.
something?
In the
he
hip
goes
and the
back-
leg, I think he had a round.
I believe he was out on bail or something. He had other charges, and the thing was he knew that if he went back, it was going to be worse on him.
Yeah, but he did when he was running like that. He had 2 bullets in him. So that's
Yeah, I
the
guess
gun.
2 out of 30 ain't bad.
That's the gun he had. So, but anyway, that was it. And
At least it's a fair fight. Everybody
Oh.
involved had a Glock.
are you tired?
Yeah, well, shit, I started, man. I can't stop.
This dude works out from 9 to 5 and then comes on the air.
I was
he's
earlier.
tired.
I was at the gym earlier.
Let me by the way, if anybody out here is looking for a job,
Want your grass mowed?
no,
Fuck, you wouldn't want that job. That's for.
Right, bring a fucking tractor.
you can move
Yeah.
down there by JoJo.
JoJo?
And that,
JoJo
because
ain't, is
that-
JoJo been on here?
No, but they're hiring down there, and right here.
Police have begun a recruiting push targeting experienced New Zealand officers to cross the ditch with thousands of dollars in severance pay. Advertising was intentionally launched amid New Zealand's chilly winter, featuring the tagline "Warmer days and higher pays." New Zealand police officers will receive a $20,000 relocation.
Can I get her
bonus
as a
plus
partner?
300 days of sunshine.
You heard that? $20,000 relocation fee. They'll pay you.
That ain't.
A move to Queensland.
What the hell is they
part of
going to do for you in Australia? Not only that, didn't they have some of the most severe lockdowns during COVID? They actually had camps that they kept people in.
Just listen to
sorry.
what else
Why-
they give you. Y'all running y'all's
Why
mouth
you,
not listening.
why you killing people's dreams?
You're not listening.
The incentive.
Don't be a dream
Once
killer.
accepted, they'll also receive fast-tracked training, free
The
housing.
uniforms look like shit.
Free housing.
All right, I'm listening.
This ain't no fashion show, no.
Anyway, free housing and $20,000 to move.
What if we go there?
I'm just saying that's what they're offering.
If we had to go there, it would be way more than 20,000 to relocate. That's all we're gonna get. All we're gonna get is 20,000.
I'm just saying.
No, I'd have to.
And
I'd have to
the
have.
free housing
I'd have to
can't
be
really
an
be that
NFL $9 million signing bonus.
Well, talking about people hiring people.
Oh, you'd love Australia. They got
yeah,
those train
well,
trucks. Where there's
my
like
next
18-wheelers
article
with like
is
9
my
trailers.
next article. If instead of running for sheriff, in our great effed up capital in Washington D.C., they're looking for people. They're looking for Capitol Police. Since nobody wants to be a Capitol Police now, hey, Kristen. Since nobody wants to be Capitol Police now, they're doing a launch on their recruiting. They're doing a recruiting campaign to bolster their lawmaker protection. And apparently the starting salary is $81,000, and if you get a year of training, it could be boosted to $85,000. So they're launching.
Starting pay $85,000.
You know, they only hired internal candidates for their investigators division, and dignitary protection division. But now they're getting probably the lower end of the shitbags, and
nobody's applying.
A shitbag can now be a Capitol Police, along with the shitbag that shot that girl. I can't remember her name, but she's on news.
I wonder.
I reserve my comments.
I wonder if they're going to do like Chicago and start hiring non-citizens to work as Capitol Police.
No shit,
Okay.
you're illegal aliens.
So what that story really didn't get into is something that me and Billy over at the
Billy Bob's?
Bearded Patriots last night covered on the other podcast. So something
What fucking podcast y'all got?
He's cheating.
So get this: if you go, I'm not cheating.
He's
All
fucking
right.
cheating on our podcast.
Hear me
boy.
out. Right here in the Tampa Bay area, which is literally where I live, between Pinellas, Hillsborough and Pasco County. Right in the heart is Tampa. Well, Tampa actually has a DC police headquarters right there with actual officers and agents inside. Why are the Capitol Police making locations inside of our capital or our big cities? Why? What rights does?
I guess it's
DC
kind of like
you have
an
to ask the
embassy.
Democrats. You'll have to ask the Democrats.
It's an
that
embassy,
answer.
so they got their own police.
So
Hey.
what I'm saying is, if you go over to my campaign page and go through the listings, you'll actually see where you can actually sign a protest agreement with the state of Florida, and basically they're gathering votes and stuff like that to have the governor kick the DC Capitol Police out of the state of Florida. And send them
What
back to
jurisdiction do
Washington,
they
DC.
have? Do they have a local
Well, that's
commission?
the thing. Technically, I guess they're a federal police force because they work
They have-
in D.
They have
That's some
jurisdiction all over the United States.
Yeah, some bullshit. You can't just say I work for the
Right.
Capitol Police is just in fucking D.C.
Right.
What jurisdiction you got in Florida?
And that's what we're saying is, why are you right down in our backyard snooping around our daily lives? Why
They were in your backyard?
They're not in my backyard. That'd be a whole nother scenario. Yeah.
They're in your backyard. Well,
Can you kick them out when
You wanna hear
become
some-
sheriff?
Out
no,
of
he ain't got
county.
that kind.
Huh?
You wouldn't have that
You
kind of
could-
power.
You
Yeah,
can
you
stop
would.
working
That's
with
a
them inside
federal
the
law
county.
enforcement.
No, well,
No.
no.
As far as federal law enforcement goes, I would work with them. But I mean, the DC police, I would ask, why the hell are you even here? It's a long way from DC.
It's not DC police. It's federal police or some shit like that.
It's we
Is it
watch
Capitol
Capitol
Police.
It's
Capitol
Big Brother
Police.
Police.
It's all inside of that whole thing, the spiel, and then where you sign the petition on the bottom to submit it to the governor. Yep, on my page.
You got background noise. We're going to Minneapolis with some more like really messed up shit. What?
Huh?
Why you looking at me like that?
Who,
like
me?
You confused? Yeah.
No, I have more to my story.
Well, go ahead then.
I mean,
thought you were done.
no, just their recruiting video shows, some of their officers escorting a congressman to their cars.
I tried to find it on YouTube. I couldn't find it. It's just stupid. Yeah, and they said, within a couple of years, you can be making up to 100-something thousand. Well, of course, $100,000 living in D.C. isn't shit because everything's so damn expensive over there. So,
But if you work for them in Florida, that money will go a long way.
yes, it would. We're going to Minneapolis, and where St. Floyd and stuff was killed, and they have decided to split. They're going to do this split with the police department, and they're still going to have a chief, but they're going to have like two different divisions of the same department, and this shit is stupid. It's going to get so top heavy over there, and they're like proud of it, talking about that they're getting top heavy on rank, and it's going to cost a lot of money. Well, of course, they just sentenced that dude in that last dude in the George Floyd crap to the that didn't never touch George Floyd. He was just there keeping the crowd back. They gave him 5 freaking years, which is absolutely insane because he didn't even do nothing except just keep the crowd back, which he was just doing.
See, now that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
But now
that one
th-
case
that's
where
bullshit.
the driver
That's
they
bullshit.
didn't seatbelt the guy in the back, and all of
The-
a sudden he fell around inside and got hurt, and they ended up trying to fire like the entire squad.
Yeah, because they got this police chief, and when I show a little short video, I'll tell you why. I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't be doing that. But he's the police chief. He said that they're restructuring the department, and they're splitting it into 2 different divisions with the same department. Of course, he's still the chief, but they're splitting it into like a law enforcement part and like a civilian, let's try to make everybody happy part. And it's stupid to split. It's the same department, but anyway, they of course they're going to have 2 separate different deputy chiefs now, which their salaries are going to be between $153,000 and $181,000 each. And then they hiring these other top people, for all these different shit they're doing. The total total amount of money to hire all 5 of these new deputy chiefs is $1,154,700.
What?
You know how many? You know how many street cops you could hire for that kind of money?
Top heavy.
They're getting so top heavy, it's ridiculous. Let me throw this little video up here.
Whose story this is? Got the video.
This is mine. I told you I got you one video because I just didn't want to hear you.
Yeah.
You ain't too much.
The Minneapolis Police Department. The department will essentially split into 2. Kaya Edwards explains how that will work.
For the first time in decades, we are able to...
A grown-ass man, his age, should not be fixing his hair like that, okay? Stop trying to be young.
Shit.
Do not be moosing your fucking hair up if you're a grown-ass man.
Yep, the 10-year-olds at the elementary school.
Yes.
With the
all right, I saw that, and I was like, the hell?
to change the structure and the leadership of the Minneapolis Police Department.
Under Chief Brian O'Hara's vision, the MPD splits into 2 bureaus, each with an assistant chief.
One overseeing everything around police operations and crime fighting. The other half of the department will oversee all of our efforts around the consent decree and settlement agreement, but also
Community Trust Division.
Building trust.
Minneapolis is mandated to make transformational changes after reaching a court-enforceable agreement with the state Human Rights Department in spring.
You have a big job, and you need all the support you can get.
Now, City Council has unanimously approved O'Hara's plan, sending it to the mayor's desk for final review.
I support the move of the council and support the chief.
Chief O'Hara says he plans to hire both leadership positions from within the Minneapolis Police Department.
Everything that our residents have been through, as well as our officers have been through over the last 3 years, I'm looking for people who have deep connections to our community. I will be finalizing those candidates in the coming days.
Community listening.
It's just stupid.
Well, didn't you say it's like 1.4 million? Hire me. I'll come do it.
I mean, it's
I'll be
just
your community relations man.
Well, it's like $150,000 a year per deputy chief, and they're hiring like 5 of them or some shit like that. It's ridiculous.
Hey, where was this at?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, yeah. Fuck.
Minnesota.
I got 2 videos on this next one.
Oh shit!
Because this one kind of, you just calm yourself. You sit there with your little arm, sit there with your hands underneath your arms, making your biceps poke out a little more. Let everybody look at your nipples.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. This shirt showed my nipples, but not tonight. It's a little warm in here. So
I even gave you a fan. Look.
Damn. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, you sure did. It's only gonna make one side of my nipples hard.
Yes, this next one is on whole stairs. I got 2 videos though, but go ahead.
Yeah, this one kind of strikes close to home. So, the Florida Police Union calls out state's attorney for soft on crime stance after 2 officers critically wounded. The suspect, who was wanted in a fatal shooting at the time he was wounded, he wounded the officers. Basically, this dude was a career shitbag, in and out. And the DA for that particular sector of Florida is one of them Chicago types that refuse to enforce laws. Basically,
no more.
You could be out for. Oh yeah, she was actually just as of about 2 hours ago. She has been suspended.
Ron DeSantis relieved her of duties.
Billy, thank you.
Yep, because she's not doing her job. He reached in and did it. So you got this is all over in Orlando.
Ain't that
the Mickey Mouse town?
It is.
Yeah. DeSantis trying to put the screws in them stupid crazy.
I hope they do. They get so woke.
Well, she's gone now, so next guy up, I guess. That's what needs to be done a lot more of.
Let's see. We got 3 and 4. So this first one kind of goes off from her being ousted.
With us today, I'm Julie Broughton. Candace will be in later today. Breaking right now, though, Governor DeSantis has just suspended Orange Osceola County State Attorney Monique Worrell.
And DeSantis said he's removing her from office for not
Bye,
following the
Monique.
laws of Florida and what he
She
calls
look
a
like,
pattern of
hey,
avoiding minimum
you
mandatory
sure that ain't
sentences on several different offenses.
It's not precious.
DeSantis
Relax.
made the announcement in Tallahassee this morning.
You knew what I was going to say, did you? It looked
Oh,
like
you see that
pressure.
right there? That's Grady Judd.
Yeah,
American
Brady Judge
Sheriff.
over here. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah, he got, yes, indeed.
He's
boy.
not soft on crime.
No, and he's been screaming at the top of his lungs about this lady for a while.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I've even posted videos of him talking and trying to ask the governor for help. So this little incident that happened, it was just what he needed to drive.
Pushed him off. Pushed her off over the edge.
Morning alongside Attorney General Ashley Moody and FDLE Commissioner Mark Glass.
I am today announcing the suspension of State Attorney Monique Worrell from the 9th Judicial Circuit, effective immediately.
The governor cited several cases where he ultimately blamed Worrell's office's failures for serious, dangerous offenders for ending up on the streets again, including Dayton Veal, accused of shooting and critically wounding 2 police officers over the weekend, which Attorney General Ashley Moody echoed.
Dayton VL was arrested in March of 2023 for sexual battery on a minor, as well as lewd and lascivious molestation. The arrest was made while he was on probation for another offense. That probation began in February of 2022, and yet he was still let out on bond and then tragically shot 2 Orlando police officers.
In order for a dangerous criminal to be detained pre-trial, the state attorney has to file a motion for pretrial detention. That was never done. Not only was it never filed, at the hearing, the prosecutor never asked for this gentleman, this criminal, that raped a child and was dead to rights on that, stay in jail.
Right.
The rule and the statute required for the judge to detain that person that motion be filed, and it was never filed.
Our Mike DeForest reported in the last several days, though, since the shooting of the 2 Orlando officers at the time of his arrest, Veal was under the supervision.
He is no longer. He's
tell
dead.
Me he was under the supervision of a damn ankle monitor.
Probably. But he's not here. So justice served right here anyway. He won't be shooting nobody else.
Of the Florida Department of Corrections, Orange Osceola State Attorney Monique Worrell says the decision to release the defendant from jail on bond is dictated by judges. And
here she is. Always somebody else's fault, isn't it?
Florida law, not her.
What's she saying?
It's not her fault. She's like, well, I don't have any control over the bond. Well, you know what? Your prosecutors or whoever, because she's not going to be in court. But her prosecutors, her ADAs, probably have orders. They could say, we don't want a bond reduction. This man's a menace to society. He needs to be, but they're not doing that. And if the district attorney and nobody's there saying, hey, this guy don't need to be out, the judges don't know who they are.
Right.
They don't know how many times he's been arrested. They'll just reduce the bond. Now, if she's like, if her people, if she'd have been doing her job, they'd been like, no, he's dangerous. He raped but they're not doing that. So, but she's it's just like any other, woke Soros person like that. It ain't never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault.
Office.
Right.
She also refused to point fingers on who was really to blame.
Yeah, because you to blame.
Hindsight is 20/20, right? There's any number of things that can be done on any given day that could make an outcome be different. In this case, those things weren't done, and here we are today.
Yeah, because you letting people out of jail. This is the guy. This is the guy that DeSantis put in her spot.
Oh, what?
No. He's not woke.
But the whole thing about it is this whistle has been blown for the last several years.
Oh, yeah.
Brady Judd speaking in public forums saying that this lady hasn't been doing her job. She's letting these criminals right back out on the street. And it is an issue for some counties. But I'm just glad she's gone because we need, the type of people in these positions that are actually going to do their jobs.
As he has appointed former Orlando Judge Andrew Bain to serve as the state attorney for the duration of Worrell's suspension. We have reached out to Worrell's office for comment on this.
She ain't got no comment. She just got her ass canned.
At noon.
What's she gonna comment?
Oh, I'm sure
apparently I wasn't worth a shit, so I'm not here working no more. Any comment?
It's always gonna be somebody else's fault.
I'm sure.
Well, this next one here is I do have a picture for you.
It's Freebirds?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Arkansas.
Arkansas?
We're going to Arkansas.
Yeah. I mean, I can keep up.
You sure?
The way you've been. So apparently, this from Texas, Texarkana, Texas. Is there? I guess there's Texarkana, Arkansas, and Texarkana, Texas.
I think it's right there by the line.
They're right there by the line. So apparently, there's 3 people arrested for underage prostitution. So apparently, we had an undercover officer wanting to posed as an underage person, and they said they were underage, but apparently these dudes wanted to have some sexual, a rendezvous with the underage person. So I'm assuming one of them got arrested. He had a slew of some drug shit. So apparently they were going to use drugs and I guess have their way. And one of them happens to be a Arkansas police officer.
I think it's this guy right here.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is the Arkansas cop. His bond is $100,000.
Isn't that the guy from Shark Tank?
No.
This
guy, his bond was $100,000. His bond is $85,000.
Apparently,
and he don't have a bond.
The guy in the middle is staring down at the top of your head, going, "I can see my reflection."
Yeah, I mean,
apparently, but apparently they arranged a meeting with this underage person. Now the article don't say how old they thought she was.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were trying to.
Well, I didn't see
when
that, but when they showed up, it was like, a bunch of police officers were there to wrangle their ass.
And this piece of shit being a cop and trying to hook up with a 16-year-old girl, I hope they throw his ass underneath the jail.
Well, I know in Florida, capital punishment is for 12 and under.
This is Arkansas, so.
Well,
but no, it says Texarkana, Texas.
Oh, it's in Texas, so they might put him under.
But he was right on the line.
One of the 3, yeah. But yeah, this guy above me looks like I pity the fool. Needs a big gold chain. They all, I mean, they're a weird bunch. If I see
how come the dude in the middle, he didn't get a bond set, or
no.
Wonder why? The other one got a bond, and the other one got a high bond, but he got no bond.
Well,
racism.
The cop got $100,000 because he's a cop. Because this guy brought weed with him too, and he only got $85,000. This guy, I think, had some other shit or something, or priors or something. That's why he don't have a bond.
I think one of them got hit with delivery. Yeah, you're right. Delivery of marijuana. His bond was $85,000. The third guy, I guess that must be the guy in the middle. He got hit with solicitation of a minor, delivery of a controlled substance, resisting arrest, evading arrest, and
he took off
abandoning. Endangering a child with intent to return.
He did all kind of shit.
Where did he had all kind of shit.
Maybe he had a kid in the car with him.
Sometime what's his name? Hanson. What his name?
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, Chris Hansen.
To catch a Predator. Yeah.
They had a dude show up one day with his kid. He come holding a little 5-year-old kid's hand, and they still took him down outside. Chris Hansen ended the interview earlier. It's like, I think you need to leave, given you that your kid's here. But they still hit him when he hit outside.
Now I
like that. You ever see the remake they did for the
are these
Biden?
Even?
No,
because you see some fake titties. You see some fake titties, and one titty's here, and the one nipple's there, and the other nipple's down there. And I'm like, man, somebody fucked your surgery up.
They had the ruler crooked. I think, of course, I gave myself the best story the fucking night.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, of course you did.
Unless it's the woman.
And it probably got three videos with it.
I got one video, but I have the best story of the night. And I'm just gonna let y'all. This is about a guy robbing a house. Okay, this guy it's on video. He steals a bicycle from this house. Y'all not gonna believe what happened though. This was in California, so
give it to us.
Let me switch over.
Don't park in the red zone in California. Fucking assholes will give you a ticket.
Here you go. This guy.
Now that's a.
This guy
says a $1,500 bike.
$1,500 bicycle. He's stealing this right here.
This is the guy that plays with the dog and even yells for the owner.
Here comes the guard dog. I don't know why they left. They left. I don't know if he broke into the house too, but
here come Cujo.
Cujo's coming out.
Come on, Cujo.
No,
he got his tail wagging.
Watch this shit.
He's like, "Hey, you're taking my bike."
Bad guy is leaving with the bike. He comes back and watch and listen. You gotta listen to y'all.
All right. Because you're so cool. Come here. Because you're the coolest dog I've ever known. I love you too. You're a sweetheart. I want you to come home with me.
See, this is why I couldn't be a criminal. I prefer playing with the dog over stealing the bike.
Fuck.
Well, they must have left. They must not be home because they don't even have nothing.
Listen.
Where are you? I love you too. I love you too, buddy guy.
What's wrong with the other bikes?
This dude must be high as shit. He's like, I love you too. This dog here is useless.
Hey,
it's a Goldie.
His dog is complete. I'm thinking this dude must know these people or something.
He got to, huh?
But he's like this dog.
The dog comes running out, but all of a sudden the dog's the coolest dog ever.
He's like, you're the coolest dog.
This dude got to be fucked up on
the dude starts hollering for the owner. Watch.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, anybody that's ever owned a golden retriever knows that the breed is just all love.
Well, listen, y'all.
How do you have so much shit in your house? How do you have all this stuff? Dude! You might be the coolest dog ever. Where's your dad? I know.
Kelly, I think they must have left. They must have went to town or something, and left their garage open because there's no car in there.
I think they have kids.
There ain't a car in the driveway.
I think they have kids, and that's what happened.
The dog just watches.
I was like, hey,
bye.
He's like, I used to. Hey, Billy inside used to ride that bike.
He did go running at the end.
Yeah,
maybe
because he wanted to. He's like, shit, no, I want to ride before he goes.
He's right. He's gonna go home with it.
I want to. I want to ride on. I want to ride on that bike. Too.
I don't know what kind of bike this is, but it's like some $1,300 bicycle.
Yeah, but how come he didn't like the other bikes? He didn't want the pink or the
I guess
yellow.
Not.
Yeah, the yellow.
Well,
but
no, because the sportier bikes like the cross country and the all those fancy bikes now that are like 5 pounds.
That was a small BMX bike.
No, it's
like
some kind of
hubby.
No, it wasn't. No, I don't remember what they say. But this dude, look, he's just like, hey, I love you. I love you too. Look, rub my belly.
That bike got some ape hangers on it or some shit.
Well, it might have a motor on it if you look at the back end. Maybe it's one of them.
It may be one of them electric bicycles.
Oh, you know what? That's about the price of them electric bikes. I bet you that. Yeah, I bet you're right. I bet you.
He's like, hey, buddy.
Go up to like 80 miles an hour. I've been thinking about getting one.
Look at it. Oh, scratch my belly back, guy. I'm sorry. This dude got to be high as shit. You're the coolest dog. I love you too.
He's like,
he's like,
yeah.
Kelly's not surprised.
I don't know. We don't see the Kelly. We don't see the rest of the video because the dog took off. They might have followed him down the road on the bike.
They might have said, "Look, he can keep the dog. Just bring my bike back."
He said, "Yeah." He said they told me to guard this bike. I'm gonna follow you down the road since you have our bike.
No, the bike ended up on Marketplace. The dog was safe.
Now, if it had been Duke would have bit that son of a bitch.
Duke would have bit him.
Duke would have bit his on the back leg.
Duke would have come out and attacked us.
Like, I ain't even steal no bike here, and then Duke bit me on the leg. So I can imagine. I can imagine if Duke was in the garage.
Duke, where you at, buddy?
He's over here. He just come over here.
he
just come over here. He just come over here and let me know. Hey, I see this. It wouldn't have gone down like that if
He's
you
like,
was
no,
Freebird. If I'd have been you, I'd have
bit the shit out of
I'd have ate your ass up, boy.
Okay, well, that was just an awesome story.
Yeah, that's
Is the next one mine?
Yeah, Florida police.
So this entire story, I know you might have, you do have video, but
yeah, I got a
you have
video.
to let me read some of the story because I'm sorry I couldn't keep a straight face while doing it. Watch as Florida police canine jumps in baptism pool while searching for accused church burglar. The burglar's suspect said a force held his head in the pool, resulting in him being baptized while in the church. The Bay County Sheriff's Office said, well, amen. Anyway, so the dog.
I'd have made him take a Bible class while he was there.
Right? He needs to. Well, apparently
So we're going to hold you here, bitch. We're going to baptize you and make you take a Bible lesson.
Here, you need Jesus more than you need.
You need Jesus.
Jesus. Anyway, he stated he couldn't remember what happened. He broke a window out with a brick, did $8,000 worth of damage, and the dog got to cool off from the intense heat this summer by taking a little dip and then helping this man meet the Lord.
That guy wasn't. I got the video.
Yeah, there's a dog there too.
Because that's the bad guy right here.
This dude right here?
No, that's the cop. The keeps walking.
No, I see.
Yeah, the guy's outside.
Who else is inside?
Dude needs a longer shirt.
Hey, buddy.
His belly's hanging out right. He's like who else is inside? Oh, I don't know who else was robbing
get
with
in
me.
my frame, man. Look. You gonna get my
Nobody's
frame?
inside because they would have ran by now.
You go get my bike. Go get my bike, dude.
You see the dog jumped in the water. He's like, woohoo!
Baptized. Feel the Lord
He's like,
on you,
he's
boy.
like, this dog says, I got Jesus.
He got Jesus on my side.
That'd have been funny if there's some Mexican named Jesus would have come running out the other side. Huh?
He found Jesus.
He said, I chased Jesus out. Yeah, the extra medium, that schmedium he had on, it wasn't.
Hey, man, it was a Hawaiian shirt. Got to have that relaxed fit.
Oh, I got a video for you on this one, Freebird.
He wouldn't have no slim fit on, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
You heard me?
Huh?
I got a video for you on this.
Do you? For the police chief?
Yeah.
Telling the citizens that the DA won't prosecute his crimes?
No. Didn't he?
That's mine.
Yeah. But he didn't tell the citizens that.
No. He gave an order to tell all his deputies to quit telling people, hey, y'all can't file no report. The DA ain't gonna do shit anyway.
He told he put a memo out and said y'all need to stop telling all the citizens out there that it's like, yeah, we ain't doing no report because the district attorney's not going to prosecute him anyway. We ain't wasting our time.
Hey, but at least
he told all kinds of non-uniform employees working for the Portland Police Bureau to stop spreading the dubious claim that their crime-fighting hands are tied by the county district attorney.
In the name of transparency, they should be telling, if that's the issue, tell your citizens that.
It's an election year, man.
You arrest somebody, they out. You arrest them again, they out. You arrest them a third time, they still get out.
It's an election year.
Yep.
Watch this. The video I put up is actually like I think a video They got this organization out there that's like of civilians that are totally against this dude that made a video and put out.
Come on, let me see it.
Worked in Portland. The Multnomah County DA's office has kept a pretty low profile, but that's changed now. And I don't mean they're trying to get into the spotlight. I mean the spotlight is being shined on them, and more specifically on the DA, Mike Schmidt. The privately funded group called People for Portland is targeting Schmidt with a series of negative ads. Here's one of them.
Under the policies of DA Mike Schmidt, we have record shootings and murders. And while jail beds sit empty, too many crimes like vandalism and burglary go unprosecuted. Portland is a Schmidt show. Take action.
A Schmidt show. That's some good shit.
Okay, that's
good
strong
Schmidt.
stuff.
That's some good
A few of you
Schmidt
have
right
emailed
there.
us about this, asking who's behind it and if the claims are true.
Schmidt show.
We'll pull it apart and look at each claim in a moment. But first, let's hear from Dan Levy. He's one of the organizers of the group People for Portland.
Well, Portland is a Schmidt show. And the fact that an elected official, like the elected
That's
DA,
good stuff right
is a
there.
part of the problem rather than a part of the solution is frankly unacceptable. And we need change in policies now. We need more prosecutions. We need empty jail beds that are open. And we need a DA who does more than hold a press conference and without offering any new solutions to make Portland safe again.
Dan Levy there has a deep background in Oregon politics, mostly on the
Was
Republican
that
side.
DA appointed
He's
or
trying
is
to
that
use
elected?
He's elected.
Oh, shit.
But you
No,
know what?
Schmidt.
But you know what? If the governor of that state had any Weibos worth of salt, they would do
This
the
is
same thing.
this is Oregon.
I'm telling you, they would do the
Oregon's
same
fucked
thing
up.
they
You know,
did to
just from the
Kansas
last
just did.
election, they fucked up. They
I mean,
can't even
come
count.
on.
They can't even count votes up there.
Oh, let's see. This next one is me. We're going to New York City, and in New York City,
New York City,
the mayor Adams, you know, he's so great. He when he first came in, he started this call-in line thing where the cops are supposed to call in and they can have people involuntarily put in mental hospitals and shit like that. Well, since it's been open, guess how many phone calls it's been going on? It's been open for like a year.
0.
You are correct, but you probably read this story.
I didn't have the time today, man.
The New York City hotline has had 0 calls. I'm just wondering if all the people that they have sitting around working for this shit, it's just like getting
Did they
paid.
adjust the schedule? Like, where they only have one person on staff now because nobody ever calls?
You got too many questions. You can only ask one.
Well, that's my job, sir. I got to ask questions.
Let me see. They had it in here somewhere. So. The hotline was meant to provide clarity for officers in particular situations. And they're like, we're not doing that. But they have several like psychiatrists on staff and all these other people on staff that they're paying.
Hey, Ron said Precious is working the line.
Yeah, she's like, I ain't got time for this.
Hey,
And hangs
Jim.
up. They are. It is staffed by 30 trained psychiatrists, social workers, and other medical professionals. So you got 30 people.
Got 30 people sitting around on their ass.
Well, I'm sure they've got shifts, but you still got 30 people that's on a payroll that nobody even calls. And here we go. Video number 9.
They soon might as well work for Seattle Police Department. Video number 9.
Above the Manhattan Psychiatric Center on Randall's Island.
That's a big ass crazy hospital too.
Boy, you ain't lying.
That's where 25 psych beds are now available for mentally ill New Yorkers the city determines might be at risk of harming themselves or others.
All right, hang on. I got an idea.
Talking to themselves, don't have shoes
Since
on.
we've already been
Since
we've already been into this.
Boy, this guy's a
for
dumb
about
dick,
a-
man.
He is a dumbass. But
This
either way-
dumb dick, all he cares about is his suits.
But since New York has such a huge problem with their homeless population, Hear me out. If nobody has been sent to this place in a year, house these people, get them jobs with the city that also does rent reduction for them living in the building, and then have them work for the city.
Well, I'm going to tell you why they have 0 calls. This lady right here, she looks like she's just staring off there. It's like, yeah, somebody needs to hire me for a model job.
I would.
She's not that pretty, but listen, and I'm going to tell y'all why they don't get a call.
Unkept, and we are walking by them. We're pretending as though we don't see them.
Mayor Eric Adams today sending out a new directive explaining that first responders who encounter someone who might be a risk should transport the individual to the closest appropriate.
I like his tie.
That's all he worries about. His tie, his suit, and his vest.
This is why they're not using it.
Why don't they take all them illegals he's complaining about wanting federal help for now? Why don't he put all them son bitches in that building? Bust them son bitches over there.
They want them off the street and to spend time at the hospital, booking them into the hospital?
No, it says, if you look from the people I just listened to, it says that the cops that do this, they have to transport the person to the closest appropriate hospital, and then they must remain with the patient until they have been registered into the hospital as a patient. As we all know, just here in Louisiana, you go to the hospital, the emergency room, you can sit there for 3 to 4 hours or longer. How long do you think you could have to sit there with this crazy homeless person in the hospital? They might get stuck there for like 8 hours or more. So,
and you're in charge of them for that entire time.
Why?
They run out in traffic, get hit by a car, you are screwed.
I'm like, screw that. I'm not spending my whole entire day sitting at a hospital with some crazy ass homeless person. Not going to do it. That's why this ain't going to work. This is why nobody's called right here. So, you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hospital and remain with the patient until they have been registered by the hospital as a patient.
How many people are you anticipating?
We don't know the count.
None.
There are far too many.
New training for outreach teams started
This
today.
video was 8 months ago when they
Deputy
first
Mayor in
started
charge
it.
Said skilled counselors can convince reluctant people to get evaluated.
After a lot of times we see that when you really engage people and say, come on, buddy, I need you to come to the hospital.
Yeah, that works all the time when you look at a crazy person and say, come on, buddy, let's go to the hospital. They're like, fuck you. I'm not crazy.
With me, that if you're patient with people and if you engage them, you can get them to go to the hospital.
Key questions.
Woman's fucking delusional. You can tell she's never tried to get a crazy person that didn't want to go to the hospital.
Remain. Where will the city find other beds? The state has pledged.
They got plenty of beds because nobody's using them.
50, but hundreds of other beds the city operates inside hospitals have been closed in the pandemic. And homeless policy experts say the new strategy fails to increase mental health services for those who do want help, while overstating the risk of those who don't.
Mayor Adams is really feeding into a harmful narrative that people who are dealing with mental health challenges and people who are without housing are dangerous.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
Yeah, so that's why it's not working. Ain't nobody listening to him except y'all now. He's not listening either. Duke. Hush up. But that's why it's not working. It's not going to work. Because one thing, these cops, I'm a cop. I'm not going to sit there all fucking day at the hospital with some person like that. I'm not wasting my time. And they're just going to, you know what? They're just going to let them back out in a few days, 2 or 3 days, and they're going to be right back out there. It's a revolving door that don't stop. They're not going to waste their time. It's stupid. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. They just need to trash the whole thing. Because it was trash. He said he had to make a phone call. This next one is yours. This story gonna piss people off. This is just one of them stories that pisses people off.
Oh yeah. So this story makes absolutely no sense. So we're gonna read it together so I can help you guys understand, because even I didn't understand it. Go ahead and put his picture up there.
Well, no, I got a video.
Oh, so a 9-year-old girl mercilessly gunned down in front of her father in Chicago by an angry neighbor. Basically, they were all out in front of this building. Apparently, dad told the daughter go back inside. One of the people from the building came out and just lost his shit and started popping rounds off at everybody and killed this little girl.
No, he walked up to her.
Yeah, and shot her in the head.
Shot her right in the head.
And it
like
looks
point blank.
And I mean, it looks like Dad tuned his ass up.
Nope, that's not what happened.
Okay, I'd want to know. Let's go.
From what I've read and watched, this nutbag, for some reason, he just hated the kids, said they were always bothering him or something. The little girl went to the corner to get ice cream or something from the store. I don't know why it was 9-something at night. But anyway, she was on her way back. The guy came outside, ran up to her basically, and shot her in the head. And then Dad attacked the guy. At first, when you see the picture, I thought the same thing Holster did, but that's not what happened. We'll put the video on. But it's just sad that this poor little girl lost her life for no reason.
We are learning more about an horrific crime in Portage Park.
Casey Cronus is live with what an eyewitness is sharing about the murder of a young girl. Casey.
Corey and Dawn, 9-year-old Sarabi Medina, known by loved ones as BB, was shot and killed as her father tried to stop the gunman. Witnesses say her murder was completely unprovoked. Today, the suspect sat before a judge. He was appointed a public defender and did not speak during the proceeding. 43-year-old Michael Goodman is being held without bail, charged with first-degree murder. Last night, loved ones...
Jesus, Roy. This guy, I thought the same thing. You see this on his face right here? That is not what I figured Dad beat his ass. He tackled him and they were fighting or whatever. This guy's own gun went off and shot him right there. So it's just probably sliced him open. He should have took the gun.
It looks like it took his eye.
Well, it's probably just swelled
you know
shut.
what?
But
You know what? Because
they should have
this is an
took the
adult
gun.
show,
They should
The
have.
good thing is, when he goes to prison, that eye socket's going to be nice and hollow.
No, he should have took the gun instead. It actually went off twice, and the second one should have went straight through his dome. But they didn't do that.
That would have been too instant.
Well,
he deserves to suffer a little bit, my friend.
Murder. Last night, loved ones and neighbors came together outside of Medina's Portage Park home to remember the child who would have started 4th grade this month. But on Saturday night, she had just gotten ice cream and was riding her scooter along the sidewalk when she was killed. Her father had been chatting briefly with 3 friends who were sitting in a vehicle when they heard a gunshot. Prosecutors now revealing that shot was allegedly fired by the suspect in his apartment across the street, where they found a bullet lodged into the wall. Witnesses say the following fateful moments happened in a flash. Prosecutors say the suspect emerged from his building with a gun and walked toward the little girl when her father screamed.
You know what's really sad about this? Besides this little girl getting shot in the head at point blank range.
This dude's a complete idiot. I mean, like a desk pop, and then he comes outside.
Several years before all this happened, this little girl lost her mama due to gun violence.
Oh, God, and her father just has to put her... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
As Medina's dad rushed the gunman, prosecutors say Goodman shot the child in the head. A witness, Renee Aquino, says the girl's father tackled the suspect. The gun went off again during a struggle, and Goodman was shot in the face. Now, Aquino is revealing another troubling detail.
Looked like some headphones on his head, and the gun was on the side of his head. He had both of his arms just stretched out on the side of his body, just walking normal, like tunnel vision. They had retrieved them and investigated that they were not headphones. They were earmuffs. They are used to, in a shooting range. When you shoot a gun at a shooting range, you got to put earmuffs on. That's what they were. She was a beautiful little girl. And him being a father to raise this little girl on his own and then to lose her, I feel like this world has ended. My world has ended. Like, what are we going to do when this world is so crazy? and we need to love our children.
Wow.
A gun was recovered at the scene, and in the suspect's apartment, detectives found a FOID card, a receipt for the gun, and additional ammunition. He has no criminal history, according to prosecutors. Reporting live from the Layton
I missed the story here.
Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Piece of shit came outside, got tired of the little girl playing in the street, blew her head off. And then the struggle with the father, the gun went off and went through his head, causing him to lose his eye. So when he goes to prison, wonderful hollow eye socket for the inmates to enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, that's horrible right there. This dude
Yeah, think about it. He lost his wife, and now he's having to bury his baby to the same type of violence. I don't know what a FOID card is.
Some kind of Chicago crap. You still here, Aaron? You know what that is?
Yeah, maybe it's like their concealed weapons license or something.
Roy Peters. Yep,
all right,
free birds here, Roy.
This last story is yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah.
No, can't be.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second here. Give me a second.
Firearm owner's ID.
I did not know that.
We don't have those here.
What? IDs?
Firearm owner's ID. We just go buy guns.
T-Bird finally got on. T-Bird's finally here. Man, I got ate up, man, in here. Bugs or something. But you got chiggers or something in here?
I ain't got no bugs on me.
Chiggers?
No, man, it's them dog pecker nets.
Oh. Okay. It won't open on me. That's what I get. This.
That's because you got a green
Nothing.
phone.
Yeah,
like, what the hell? Why ain't it?
I'm not a fan of iPhones, but I'll tell you, they do work a little bit better.
No, they don't. That's bullshit.
Well, why it opened up for me?
I can't. It says my site can't be reached, and I don't know why.
Anyway, this was from law enforcement today.
I done got screwed out of my store.
If everybody, yeah, you did because your phone sucks. Basically, I put this story in here because it's like everybody bitches about this country so much. Bitches and bitches about this country. And over there in India, they had a husband and wife got arrested and jailed because they were doing they were having prayer meetings in their home. And over there it is a violation of anti-conversion laws in their state, wherever they're at in India. But because the husband and wife both got jailed because they were having prayer in their home with other people,
they took the kid to jail with them.
They have a 3-year-old son, and since they both went to jail, guess what? The son, they locked the kid up with the parents in jail.
Honestly, I don't see that as a bad thing.
For praying?
Okay, my article. I'm ready to cover my article. It just opened.
I just did it now.
This thing all out of the water. No, I'm not saying for praying. A lot of people don't actually understand and appreciate the life liberties that we have here in America and how we truly are free. We have freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. And over there in India, they lock people up for just praying to whoever they deem to be God. That's not wrong. I don't see an issue with that, but then again, I don't live in India. But I think, yeah, screw it. In modern days, dad's in jail, mom goes to jail, stick them in a damn family pod.
Well, this is in India. We ain't even here in the United States. Who gives a flying hell?
Because I'm making the point of all these people that live here bitching about how horrible this country is. Go take your crazy ass shit in another country and see how it goes.
Right. Hey, try to have a pride parade through the middle of Moscow. Let me know how that works out for you.
No,
yeah.
Billy G wanted to know. Remember that water cannon video I sent you?
Yeah, hell yeah. I did, Billy. I told Iceman that was the greatest shit ever. That water cannon, knocked that person back, about 100 yards with that water cannon. That would fix a lot of the protesting problems. Everybody, you don't exclude anybody. Everybody gets hit with the water. Everybody gets hit with the water cannon. Everybody.
Hey, and it helps cool you down, man. It is hot out here. You could die
Yeah, it's a double whammy. You protest and be a little bitch. And you're hot. You get hit with the water cannon. That's
everybody, that is our 12 stories for tonight.
We got hot nuts.
We're gonna vote on it. I'm just saying that's the end of the story.
I'm just saying,
the guy
you do a story and I ain't eligible. I ain't eligible for my comments to win a prize.
No, you're not eligible to win prizes.
I still need a coffee mug. Can you send me another pink coffee mug?
No.
You need to stack up on your numbers on selling T-shirts.
How many T-shirts? How many Holster shirts have gone out the door?
Oh, like probably 30.
That's bullshit.
No, but he bought them all.
This is some.
He bought all the freaking Holster shirts.
Yeah, that's Bidenomics right there. If it's 30.
Hey, whatever, man. I got literally every single color of every single shirt.
He bought all the shirts up.
Hey, how come Melissa? I guarantee you. I bet you Melissa asked you for a Freebird shirt, and you ain't bought her one yet.
Hey, T-Bird ordered 2 Holster shirts.
Look, Billy, I'm voting for I'm voting for the Arkansas cop that decided the Chomo Arkansas cop for hot nuts.
Nah, see, I'm divided. Mine is the guy that went in the baptism pool to escape.
Mine is that's mine.
So we got 2 for the baptism dog.
Baptism.
I love all the cops' response too. They're all just laughing their ass off as it's happening.
We got the bike thief. We got the bike.
Because they know Jesus is about to take care of this shit right here, boy.
And I said the
It'd
cop.
be funnier if he would have screamed out, "Help me, Lord!"
I started to go with the bike thief, but I changed my mind.
So y'all put them in there.
I'm doing my stress relief right now.
Oh, you don't show that on here.
What are you doing?
Why?
Yeah,
Are we gonna get banned if I show my stress relief?
Probably so.
What the hell?
Oh, I tell you what.
Melissa says your phone is the hot nuts.
Hey, my article finally opened. It's good.
Iceman, if something hits the side of your foot, I'll understand if you shut the podcast down.
No, if I don't show nipple, this can't be banned.
Yeah, it's a little stress things right here I got for. But it's like a woman's boob and it's got a nipple on it and one little nipple that pokes up. And it's a stress ball, but you can flick the nipple.
If it's not real, can you still get banned?
You're allowed to have it on Facebook, but it's a 50-50 shot because it's not involving a sexual act. It's just nudity, which is allowed.
So don't lick it.
But don't do that. But I told Iceman what you got to do is you got to get 2 of them, put them in your pocket, and like whenever he goes out with you to these fancy places, he could be like, "Yo, you want to see my tits?" and pull them out.
Oh, how about that?
Iceman's like, or Freebird's like, don't do that to my friend.
Well, it looks like the baptism dog is winning.
Hallelujah.
So,
what's T-Bird? What you talking about? It's not good since it was late.
Because she don't know the stories.
Oh, see, that's what happened when you're late.
What the hell? The guy from last episode?
I just took them off.
Wait, who got it?
The baptism dog.
Oh, there was several people that voted for the bike thief.
Did you see? Did T-Bird show you the background screen I used on the Patreon? I did. I didn't think so.
You're a stupid dumbass.
That's hilarious. Right, exactly.
Yeah, come down to Louisiana. Anyway, baptism dog got it.
Billy, you come to
everybody. I appreciate y'all coming. I have more Louisiana crime stories. Might try to do a live this weekend. Not sure. Depend.
You can call us every now and then. I'm right down the road.
Okay. Well, you're never in town. You're so busy.
You could send a text message.
Well, T-Bird, you got to check T-Bird's schedule.
Yeah, well, that's just.
Yeah. Okay,
I got
one day.
Ever since y'all got that private jet, y'all just flying everywhere.
I got the event tomorrow night.
See?
We had bingo last night. We was just like 80-year-old people last night playing bingo, but we did win.
You won dog toys.
I did
That's
win
where
dog.
his new biceps come from, is cranking that bingo wheel.
That little dabber.
I did win some dog toys, and they tore them up since we got home.
I love it when the little packaging says like destructible for a Rottweiler.
Indestructible. Yeah, right.
The damn Chihuahua tears it apart in 30 minutes.
My dogs, even old Duke down here, if it's got a squeaker in it, he's gonna rip it open and pull that fucking squeaker out of it.
Well,
do you know why they do that?
My dogs did. Hell, me and T-Bird didn't even know it had a squeaker in it, but I seen the thing laying there on the floor. I'm like, well, where the hell did this come from?
Billy, you're too late. We're about to close out. How about this? If you want to maybe come help this weekend, if I do a live, I give you a call.
Billy, you call in, but there won't be nobody. You call in, but there won't be nobody answering.
Yeah, we're about to close out.
So, no, do you really know why any dog will destroy the squeaker out of any toy?
Because it's aggravating as shit.
Did you know? Is this a did you know
it is
one?
Not. Yeah, well, it absolutely is. So the exact squeak that comes out of those squeaky toys, if you listen to the different ones, there's a specific one that drives a dog's prey addiction. So what it is basically it's to mimic a wounded animal, and your dog is trying to kill the wounded animal by digging that out.
Maybe
that scream is like a rabbit that's being attacked. So your dog
I'm gonna have to Google this.
Everybody,
I ain't believing that.
It's been great fun. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do a live this weekend. Everybody be safe. Watch your back. Watch your partner's back. We are lions.
Appreciate everybody. We are lions. Leo the Lions.
Yeah. Remember to smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
All right.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be